Arts educators all over the world are coping with the challenges of COVID-19. How have they been surviving? YouTube channels for video demonstrations on how to complete art projects, using household materials for art projects, such as toilet paper rolls and egg cartons, drama classes, meeting in platforms such as Zoom or Google Meet to play improv games, a musical called The Show Must Go On, Line, designed specifically for distance learning. Students recorded themselves performing individual monologues that, when played in succession, formed a complete storyline. Here in Coronado, we had the hashtag Nato Art Challenge with COSA teacher Anna Warman. And our music teachers went from teaching in studios or students' homes to teaching online. We found creative ways to keep students engaged, such as second overhead cameras, hand-delivered piano player porch packets, stickers included, of course, instrument exploration, the streaming of games, and allowing students to take control of our screens to complete theory work. How else have Coronado Arts survived? As you know, our town's musical talent is endless. Not only do we have our very own School for the Arts, but we also enjoy a diverse range of musical performances, from Ron's Garage at McPee's to Matt Heineke at Stake, to piano concerts at the library, to the Coronado Community Band and concerts in the park. And almost all of these events have found a way to survive through COVID. Thanks to our music calendar at coronadoarts.com/live music, we can see what our musicians are up to virtually. Many are doing living room concerts or meditation Mondays, and we can support them by tuning in and tipping out through Venmo. We also celebrated Arts Education Week last year for the second year in a row. And as pretty much all the events were virtual, anyone can access almost all of the events at any time. You cannot spell Earth without art. And if this pandemic has taught us anything, it's that music and the arts are, in fact, an essential business. Here's why. Music is the universal way that humans celebrate all over the world. We sing happy birthday together, we perform rituals, holiday carols, our national anthem, sports teams' fight songs. Music brings us together, and together is something that we've all needed more of over the past year. Music is valued and expressed by all humans in all sorts of ways, and this pandemic is a reminder of its importance. As cities all over the world shut down in 2020, music seemed to open up. Italians singing from their balconies, policemen playing in the guitar, and NYC apartment residents belting out Yellow Submarine all in unison. Here in Coronado, we heard porch concerts, street concerts, socially distanced collaborations, musical story time, live streams, pre-recorded concerts, and so much more. Music has physically, socially, emotionally, and necessarily brought us all together. Musical entertainment allows us to achieve what researchers call interpersonal synchrony, or the alignment of behavior in time. Being in sync with others enables us to coordinate synchronized actions as a group, from singing in a choir to playing on sports teams to something as simple as the back and forth behaviors we produce that make for good rhythmic conversations. Interpersonal synchrony is a powerful tool that creates a sense of belonging and participation. When people produce actions in synchrony, such as making or listening to music, they feel more connection or affiliation towards one another, and also are more likely to trust and cooperate. I wanted to share with you today a particular experience that I had last summer with a piano student of mine, when the challenges were twofold. Not only were our lessons online, but she was at her desert house without a piano or keyboard. So I created a playlist on Spotify that contained classical music songs about animals. I shared my phone screen with her, used the annotation feature on Zoom to draw a white box over the name and composer of the song, and pressed play. So the student couldn't see what was playing, she could only hear it. And she used her annotation feature on Zoom to draw what she heard, using colors, shapes, stamps, and whatever else her whiteboard allowed her to use. Through this activity, my students could now identify and artistically express the Carnival of Animals, the theme from Jaws, the Flight of the Bumblebee, characters from Peter and the Wolf, and other classical works. It became one of their favorite activities, and one of mine, because for minutes on end, everyone just listened. Teaching online is exhausting for the teacher, student, and parents. And instead of shouting over the sounds of siblings in the background, asking, "Can you hear me? How about now? Move your camera down. You're frozen. Wait, come back." We all just listened. Afterwards, some discussion points included instrumentation, articulation, dynamics, and form. In this particular video, the student and I had done this activity many times before, and so she knew the song and the composer right away. And so I'm going to share with you an example of COVID-style music education with an added splash of art. And for the next 2 minutes, I hope that you'll enjoy listening to this music and watching my student Sydney express through art what she hears in music. Let's listen together in interpersonal synchrony. Wow. Nice job, Sydney. Thank you. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. There's a minute left in the song. Want to keep drawing or go to the next one?
I want to keep drawing.
Okay.
That's the moon.
30 seconds.
Imagine it being a nighttime with the swans.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like the moon shines really bright.
Perfect. Beautiful. Obviously, that's called the swan. I say so. Here comes your next one. Many institutions and parents often emphasize the importance of having a specialization in science, engineering, and other fields that promise job security, stability, and more bang for your buck. But today, more than ever, the arts are essential. It's in a pandemic, who do we turn to? Doctors, healthcare workers, physicians, and scientists. But they are now operating in a much more complex and rapidly changing environment than they were pre-COVID. They are facing problems that they were not trained for in college and situations that nobody has seen before. They need to have imagination, curiosity, communication, empathy, and critical thinking skills, and to be able to find creative out-of-the-box solutions for these never-seen-before problems. And these are all qualities that data has shown comes to those who have had education in the arts. So in a way, as you can see, since these are the people that are on the front line saving lives, arts education can be seen as a life and death necessity. Tell that to the next person that tries to cut your budget. In closing, I will leave you with more data on the importance of the arts, especially for young people. Here are 3 very fun facts about music in the brain, in case you need any convincing that your kids or grandkids or you should be engaging with musical activities. 1, playing music has more positive impact on the brain than any other human activity. Exposure to music and music instruction accelerates the brain development of young children in the areas responsible for language development, sound, reading skill, and speech perception. In fact, musicians use different parts of their brain, more of their brains, and more parts of their brains simultaneously to complete musical tasks. 2, playing an instrument is both stimulating and therapeutic. as the physical activity of playing an instrument releases the same happy hormones, the endorphins, which athletes enjoy. And believe me when I say that children right now, between Zoom school and missing their friends and missing sports, could really use more of these happy hormones. And 3, learning and playing a musical instrument fosters self-expression, can relieve stress, and can also bring a deep sense of fulfillment and personal achievement. And again, especially now, children need to be able to express themselves and have a creative outlet for the myriad of emotions that they're no doubt feeling. I'll leave you with one final quote from a neurologist, Oliver Sacks. Anonymous today would be hard put to identify the brain of a visual artist, a writer, or a mathematician, but they would recognize the brain of a professional musician without a moment's hesitation.